wabarakatuh. Hello students, how are you today? I hope you're doing well today. My name is Muniatuz Zahiroh. I'm a student of English Education Department, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, University of Jember. In this occasion, I'd like to present the material about an invitation for 11th grade of senior high school. So now, let's get started. Today's topic is about invitation. I think you've been familiar with this because you have studied this when you were at junior high school. Actually, there are two types of invitation. The first one is formal invitation and the second one is informal invitation. However, in today's lesson, we are going to focus on the first one, that is formal invitation. Well, students, let's go to the definition of formal invitation. According to Webster Dictionary at 2012, a formal invitation is an invitation which follows a dignified form, tone, or style in agreement with the established norms, customs, and values. From this definition, we know that in writing a formal invitation, it has rules that need to be followed by people based on established norms, because it is used in a formal situation. To make it simpler, I make my own definition of formal invitation. So, a formal invitation is an invitation to official functions or formal occasions. Here are the examples of events requiring a formal invitation. They are opening of a company, meeting or conference, exhibition, wedding ceremony, formal dinner with client, etc. So, when you want to invite someone to attend to those kinds of events, you have to use formal invitation. Okay, can you see these pictures? Here are the examples of the real formal invitations. Because we have to follow the rules of writing a formal invitation, so now let's learn about a general structure of formal invitation. This is a common format of formal invitation that you can follow to write a formal invitation. The first part is logo or name of the host or company. Some invitations include the logo with the name or the host of company. However, some invitations only include the name or the host of company. The second part is request for participation or phrasing the invitation. This part contains a sentence that shows a request or invitation to the events. For example, you are cordially invited to blah blah blah, request the pleasure of your company at blah blah blah, etc. The third part is the occasion or event. In this part, you can mention the kind of events that will be held. The next structure of formal invitation is date, time, and venue. For your information, the writing of date and time in formal invitation is usually written in form of letters. This is what makes it different from informal invitation. The next one is special instruction. It is optional because some invitations include special instruction for the guests such as dress code and any notes. The last one is request to respond or RSVP. Have you heard about this term? I think it's a little bit different from Indonesian culture because RSVP doesn't exist in Indonesian culture. So, RSVP comes from a French word that means please reply. The invitees should confirm their attendance to the inviters. Whether they can attend to the events or not, they have to give confirmation first. Are you curious on different types of formal invitation in several occasions? Let's check it out! This is the example of a formal invitation for a wedding party. You can see there is names of the couple in the invitation. And also, the dress code for these events is a white dress code. This is a formal invitation for a formal dinner. There is a name or the host or company, and also this invitation shows that the dinner is for celebrating the new office of this company. Then, it is a formal invitation for an art exhibition. From those three invitations, you can analyze the language and diction between those different types of invitation. Now, let's learn about how to respond a formal invitation. When you send the invitation to the invitees, there are two possibilities on your invitation. The first one is that your invitation will be accepted, and the second one is your invitation will be declined. Then, in giving a reply, you can use two ways to reply it. The first one is that you can do it by call, or the second one is you can do it by card. And this is the way how to respond a formal invitation by call. To accept an invitation, you can say, for instance, Mr. and Mrs. Stanley accept the invitation with pleasure. And to decline an invitation, you can say, for example, Mr. and Mrs. Stanley decline the invitation due to the health problem. And the second way to respond is by RSVP card. You can see what's on the screen. This is the example of accepting an invitation by card. You know, the language is more formal than the previous one because it should be more formal than the response by call. This is the example of declining an invitation by RSVP card. Keep in mind, the language must be polite. It will be better if you include your reason why you cannot attend the event. Let's now discuss about the language feature of formal invitation. First, formal invitation uses a formal wording. In formal invitation, there is the sentence such as request the pleasure of your company at blah blah blah, cordially invite you to blah blah blah, etc. The second language feature of formal invitation is the point of view of the third person. In formal invitation, it's usually using the pronouns such as he, they, their, and person's name. The next language feature of formal invitation is the combination of the use of present tense and future tense. Present tense in a formal invitation shows a given invitation to a person, while the future tense represents that the invitee will attend the event. To check your understanding on this material, you can pause this video for several minutes to do this exercise. Please do it by yourself and then we check your answers. After doing the exercise, please check your answers by looking at this answer. Are your answers correct? I think this is our last session. Thank you students for your nice attention. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you!